The Dark Continent is a wild and vast and a spooky territory in the Hunter x Hunter world. But what if I told you that there was already a man who was known as the King of the Dark Continent that is waiting for the new challenger to arrive, and that person will have to try to take the title of king from this said King of the Dark Continent already? Yes, as crazy as that may sound, there's already a King of the Dark Continent, and that man is none other than Dawn Freaks. Yes, Dawn Freaks is the current King of the Dark Continent in my opinion, because he's been living there for over 300 years, and not even Netero or any other hunter could do that. We've seen that once they got to the Dark Continent, they had to peel out of there immediately. And we also do know that he is the author for Journey to the New World, and we know that that is the Traveler's Journal for the Dark Continent. Basically, that is the tourist guide for the Dark Continent. If you're willing to go there, you will need a copy of the Traveler's Journal. And we know that this book, it has made it to legendary status. Yes, legendary status in the Hunter x Hunter world. And that's crazy to think, because there's only certain items like the Scarlet Eyes or other rare things that have made it to legendary status. And with this being up there, this just goes to show you how important Dawn Freaks is. And speaking of Dawn Freaks, we know that he is currently still writing the West Edition according to Jing. So Jing thinks that Dawn Freaks is still writing the West Edition for the Traveler's Journey, which does mean that he is still exploring the Dark Continent. He's still getting stronger, and he's seeing never before seen things that we've never seen before. Even though we've never been to the Dark Continent, we're gonna have a pretty good gist of what to expect because of Dawn Freaks, because he has the east side, but because he's still exploring the west side by himself, that's why we're seeing, or that's why he is seeing Dawn Freaks exclusively. He's seeing some things that nobody else in the Hunter x Hunter world has seen, because he's the only person that's lived on the Dark Continent for that long. And we know that when Dawn Freaks is finished writing his book, I believe that that is when he will pass it down to a special someone, because why else would he be gathering all this information for a book unless he was planning on actually giving it to somebody to actually colonize the Dark Continent? I think that's why he was obviously making a Traveler's Journal. It's called Traveler's Journal for a reason. So I definitely do think that once this book is finished, he will pass that down to a special someone. And yes, if you guys even have a shred of doubt, then just erase it, because we all know that who that special someone is, and it is none other than Dawn Freaks. Yes, I believe that when Gon meets Dawn Freaks, Dawn will give Gon the book, and similar to how Netero changed the Ant King, this time I think it's going to be the beast that changed the human, because we saw obviously Netero, he made the Ant King realize how human he was. Well, this time I think that the Dawn Freaks the beast, because you got to be a sicko, you got to be a straight savage, a beast to live on the Dark Continent for over 300 years. I think he's going to change Gon this time, and he's going to show him a side of Gon that he's never seen before. And I do believe that Gon, he will end up becoming the new King of the Dark Continent after everyone fails from the voyage, because we know that Gon, he is the only character of importance, or at least one of the only characters of importance that isn't on the Dark Continent voyage. So this is why I do believe that they will fail, thus them having to come back, and then that will lead into Gon having to go to the Dark Continent and become the new king, inheriting Dawn Freaks' will. Comment what you guys think down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.